So, full spoilers here. What did you think of the twist with Ego?
Once I saw Kurt Russell cast as Ego, I was like, well, let me do my research and Google a little bit about this character, and all the information was like, Ego's a bad guy.
Ego's plan makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand why somebody... Because, spoilers here, you find out in this movie that Ego is a celestial.
Yeah.
He's,
god of sorts.
He is a god. And, you know, he's a big floating head, and, floating brain in space.
He is, a brain and a light that is able to create matter and create anything it wants, like a god.
He creates himself into a planet, and then he makes himself a human body.
He pretty much is doing everything possible to keep himself entertained for millions of years.
And what does he do for millions of years to keep himself entertained? He's slaying ass. He's just fucking anything he can find.
Go to this planet, fuck. Go to this universe, fuck it.
Why?
Fuck everybody.
Because he wants to have not an heir, I guess, but he wants to have someone. He's not powerful enough alone.
He needs to share the light.
He needs to share the power with somebody so that he can basically implant himself into every single planet in the galaxy and basically control the entire galaxy, be the entire galaxy.
Yeah, no people, no nothing, just him.
And Star-Lord, yeah.
Him and his son.
But how long would his friends last? Because they even like Mantis explains, like, there's like why there's nobody on this planet. It's just like, Ego is this planet. A dog wouldn't invite fleas to live on its back. I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah, like that. I get that.
Good juice.
Good juice. But I mean, you get that twist at the end. Like he straight up, like he's talking about his evil master plan. And for a little while, Star-Lord's kind of going with it. Like he's not fighting him.
He's so obsessed. Like finding out his backstory is what both movies are leading to, and leading to this. Like you find his father, and you find out that Star-Lord's technically a god, of all sorts, just like his father is. But then that choice comes. It's like, do I take over the universe and become a god with my father, or do I give up that power just to be a normal person like everybody else?
Exactly. And I think that, I mean, the choice was made perfectly clear because at a certain point, Ego just straight up is just like, I'm sorry I had to put that tumor in your mouth out of nowhere. Like, for no reason, too. It's just like, why did you have to reveal that? Like,
you done fucked up.
You done fucked up.
Like, you just like, wait a minute.
You what?
Bam!
You did what?
Suck on these.
I love when he first gets told that he has powers, and he's just like, and eventually, you will be able to create whatever you want. You create your own world. It's like, I create whatever I want. I'm gonna create some messed up stuff.
Yeah, messed up stuff like a giant Pac-Man. And you get a giant Pac-Man.
And at the end of that, you get him turning, like, you get Ego turning into just a giant version of Ego, and then you get Peter turning into Pac-Man.
Yeah, because it's like they're in the core of this planet, so they're able to control the material around them. So they're flying through, and then the rocks start piling onto them to form bigger versions of themselves. And it's like, well, here's Ego. He looks pretty cool. Oh, what is Star-Lord doing? Pac-Man. Wah, 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 wah. And I'm like, God, this is fucking funny. The movie's so funny.
The movie is so funny.
It's fucking... It's up there with the sequels.
It is. It really is.
Sequels of all time, man. I don't know how you could, not give it its spot in history there.
It's a good one.
Aliens, Terminator 2, like Godfather 2.
I don't endorse what he's saying. Right, it's a good movie, but you're comparing it to some legendary sequels.
So good. He's being a hater. Stop hating.
You gotta compare like fucking Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's a fucking great sequel. Logan's a great sequel. Logan's better than The Dark Knight.
Is Logan a sequel? I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. It's a sequel to well, technically not, because the Wolverine after
name which Wolverine sequel does that fall in?
We're way off topic.
We're way off topic. Fuck you. Dick. God
damn it.
Prick.
Whatever. All right. Moving on. Gamora. What do you think of Gamora? What do you think of the relation? They kind of developed the relationship between her and Star-Lord a little bit more, but it kind of didn't go anywhere again.
It's right where it needs to be. It's an unspoken.
Yeah, it is.
It's unspoken.
They both like each other. But
we get it. They want to bang.
But they're not going to yet.
Yeah, not yet. But I guess it more revolves around Gamora and Nebula.
Thanos would make them fight as children, and Nebula would always lose to Gamora. So Thanos is like, I have to make you just as good as Gamora.
Yeah.
So every time you lose, I'm going to change a part of your body and make it mechanical.
Yeah, and rip it out. Rip part of you off.
Rip part of you, yeah, and just rip you to shreds and turn you into a machine. And, I mean, Nebula is basically like 90% machine.
Yeah. And I guess the one bad part that this movie kind of did was their trailer, I think, like most trailers, releases way too much information. Like, you already know, seeing them flash all these characters up there. They give you Yondu, they give you, Nebula. You know they're going to be part of the Guardians by the end of this movie. I think the way they presented that, there was no secret about that.
I think the best character development when it say that again. I think the best character development between characters is probably Yondu and Rocket. Because they're the same thing. Like, they make that clear. Like, we're both these two jaded assholes.
Yeah.
But there's a reason for this, and it's because we have people in our lives that we care way too much about. So we want to be dicks to everybody so that people will stay away from us, and we won't like people, and they won't hurt us.
Yeah. Well, I think I got a little different. Rocket seems just straight up a dick.
Yeah.
But Yondu, on the other hand, the backstory that leads in with Ego and, picking up Peter, that whole story, it makes Yondu look a lot more like a hero than he was in...
Even though he delivered probably like a good couple thousand kids to that dude that were murdered.
But he didn't know that.
He didn't know that.
He makes that very clear.
He makes it clear he didn't know that.
And it fucks his life up.
I'm assuming that the moment he realizes what was going on, it was when he got Peter and he's like, no.
Yeah, I think they said that in the movie. It was like, the reason why I didn't drop you off was because I found out that he was killing all of his multiple offsprings because they didn't have this little light in them.
Which was a real dick move, Ego.
And then Baby Groot, it's a cool addition, I said I like the big one. I like the big one better.
Yeah.
This Groot, he's cute, and I'm not looking for cute. I'm looking for savage.
You notice the guy from Sons of Anarchy in there?
Yeah, Chips.
Threw him in space.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah,
a lot of people got thrown into space this movie.
Yeah.
Which is I think the biggest spoiler of the movie, I think, is Yondu dying.
Yeah.
They kill him off.
Yeah.
Which is sad because
I really liked Yondu.
You got so much badass Yondu, and then they just...
But it leads to a pretty cool ending with the Ravager funeral where they shoot all these, fireworks in space, and
a little overdrawn for me in terms of like dragging the end of this movie out.
Yeah, but it led to a pretty cool cameo. You got to see all the original Guardians back together. Because Yondu was originally a member of the original Guardians team, so it makes me think in this universe the original Guardians team existed, and he was part of that.
Yeah,
because all the original Guardians are there, and they're like, man, that sucks that he's dead. And they even form back up at the end, and they're just like, yeah, we're going to start doing some missions again. So it'd be kind of cool to see them working along with the new Guardians.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty interesting.
The Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, man.
Good.
He's not the Watcher. He's not Uatu the Watcher because they showed him with the Watchers.
Yeah.
And in the credits, they credit him as agent of the Watchers.
Okay.
So it's clear that he's working for the Watchers. He's watching all these significant Marvel events, and they're all crossing over. Not saying that the Fantastic Four will ever kind of meet the Avengers, but Stan Lee's character is the same character.
It was like they found a sneaky way
across to connect everything.
To not get in trouble for saying it, but doing the right thing.
They even had a cheeky little line that maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Cheeky.
It is cheeky.
It's a cheeky line.
When he's talking to the Watchers, he was just like, I was the best man at this guy's wedding. And they were talking about a wedding. What other movie do you remember Stan Lee cameoing in a wedding? Fucking Fantastic Four 2.
That is true.
So I think that was a reference to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. What were the posts? So there's a couple.
There was
they chopped a lot through these credits. Like they make it worse sitting through the credits.
Yeah. So their first after credits is
Drax getting shot.
The next one was Stallone and all the original Guardians talking about how they're going to go steal some shit and do their old stuff again.
And then we got the Adam Warlock.
And we got the Adam Warlock reveal,
which is huge. Like
huge.
After reading, the Infinity Gauntlet, I now know why Adam Warlock is pretty necessary.
He's the only one really that can go toe to toe with Thanos.
Did they put him into Ragnarok?
That was a cool little cameo. You know, they straight up said, we're going to call him Adam. It left me a little confused just because in the first movie, you see Adam Warlock's cocoon, or what we assumed was Adam Warlock.
I guess we were wrong.
I guess we were wrong.
I guess assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Even though they fucking showed that cocoon in there, and then in the after credits when you saw Howard the Duck,
it's hatched.
It's hatched, so it's just like, well, whatever. The cocoon they showed in this one was like a metallic thing. Maybe they took him and I don't know.
Could have been anything in the other cocoon. But now we know this thing is Adam. The last scene, right?
We missed this after credit scene because we got a little too overzealous.
Yeah,
and we were walking out, driving home. We were like, wouldn't it have been nice to see teenage Groot?
Well, when you drank like, I don't know, 4 or 5 beers in a movie sitting, by the time I couldn't wait anymore.
You bought a bucket of beer. I'm sitting in the theater and I look to my right and there's a bucket of Miller Lights and Jack's just like,
yes.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, Guardians of the Galaxy, Bob is getting drunk. Get drunk as fuck. By the time this movie was over, I was like, I heard first. I can't say I heard first squirt. You don't say that?
No! That don't make no sense.
I was itching for a pissing. I was itching for a pissing.
There you go. That's, oh my God.
I heard first.
It's going to be terrible to edit.
Oh, don't try that.
It was a great movie. Like we said before, 9 out of 10. Excellent movie. Marvel strikes again.
Oh my God. They don't screw up anymore.
Never fails. And I'm very excited for the next Marvel movie, which is Thor Ragnarok, which is going to be the bees and E's.
It better be.
It's going to be the cat's pajamas.
I don't know. It's got to make it. It's going to be big. It's going to be fucking huge. I'm going to love it.
Yep.
Make him a bitch. Love it. I don't know why I said that.
What? Make him a bitch. Love it. Make him a bitch.
I think I can honestly say, out of the movies that we've done on this channel, this is the best movie I've seen as a film critic.
Yep. In the 6 months we've been doing this.
Best movie. And it's that time of year. They're just going to get better. It's summertime. Summer box office time. Mm-hmm. We're about to spread our wings and fly like a peacock. All right, everybody.
What's the next superhero movie that's coming out? Wonder Woman. That's June 2nd.
Wonder Woman. This is where we shine now. We're getting into the comic book. Comic box office.
The fuck? Jesus. Easy, Tiger.
I'm getting all excited.
Well, guys, this has been fun. We'll see you guys next time. Remember to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. YouTube is fucked right now. And, small channels like ours are just struggling to make it through. So
don't give them a sad story. Just watch us.
Come on. Come on.
Interact with us.
Don't cost you nothing. Come on.
How's it go? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you later.
Peace.